Tell you what this innovation has done. It has created more time for women. You know, women traditionally are the wood firewood fetchers. So traditionally they use a lot of time to fetch firewood. But with this innovation, it means that cooking takes a shorter time. They don't have to spend so many hours looking for firewood for the family and a household. So they can have more time to do other jobs which are economically viable, like being employed or even advancing their education. So as a woman, I'm very excited about this company, which employs about 50% of women. Yeah, I congratulate them. So we are ready to support them to advance their business. So we are encouraging them, we are ready to work with them to ease business when it comes to approvals, structural approvals, architectural approvals, and other approvals that are required from the company, from the county. We are ready to actually fast track those processes. So we encourage all the investors to come to Kiambu. We are creating very good working environment for them.
We can deliver this stove for around 300 shillings to the entire continent. Just like at 4,000 shillings, we sell about one of these. At 300 shillings, we can sell millions, but it all requires carbon project finance. So I know we have some representatives from the Kenyan government here, but it's so important that we create an enabling environment for carbon projects to exist. You know, there's a lot of talk in the news these days that maybe carbon offsets, that's not working or it's problematic. But the reality is that this is life and death. Carbon financing is the only way a woman in Kiambu or in Kisi or in Kakamega is going to get this stove. So it's so exciting. We now have the potential to bring this stove to millions of people. Probably 800 million people on the continent that all cook on 3-stone fires right now. And we're going to change that. And we're going to change it by this factory, which right now is making about 175,000 of these each month. By the end of the year, something like 400,000 stoves a month of this design are going to be made here in Kiambu. Are you excited about that? Can you feel me? Woo! Come on!
Our goal is to leave the competition in the dust. So, you know, right now we're making about 11,000 stoves a day out of our facilities in Kiambu, in Ruiru. And then by the middle of this year, we'll be making something like 23,000 stoves a day. So, and then the goal is just to keep growing and growing. Eventually, by next year, we'll be making 1 million stoves a month out of our facilities in Kiambu. And then those stoves will be sold across Kenya, East Africa, the continent, and the world. And then expansion also means product offering. So we make the world's most efficient wood stove, the world's most fuel-efficient charcoal or makaa stove, but then we're also launching a range of LPG and electric products that will also be made here and then shipped around the world. Right now we employ about 2,000 people. Across the continent, by the end of the year, something like 10,000 people across the continent. Yeah, so right now 50% of our employees are women. So in this particular factory, there's about 700 people, so half of those are women. And then there's lots of opportunities for women in engineering, design, sales, marketing. So for us, the goal is just to balance, half women, half men. Yeah, with carbon financing, we're able to subsidize the cost. And then the stoves, because they generate less carbon, they can generate a carbon offset or a carbon credit, which then can be traded or sold around the world. And so our stoves generate between 2 to 7 tons of carbon offsets per year. So we can raise investment to say, great, subsidize the cost of the stove, and then you can get the carbon credits in the future. Yes, but it's really important that we get support from the Kenyan government to build an environment that allows us to generate carbon finance and generate carbon credits. So we want to work with the government to bring in as much investment as possible. So we'd like to raise hundreds of millions of dollars, but we can only do that with the support of governments in Africa. I mean, in total, we probably invested, I don't know, 3 billion shillings, something like that. Yeah.
Burn represents many of the US government's priorities for Africa. This exceptional company supports energy efficiency, climate resilience, job creation, exports to the region, and has demonstrated real cost savings to customers who switch to their stoves while also reducing carbon emissions. Burn helps demonstrate that Africa is open for business and that the private sector is a critical partner to achieve our shared goals in global development, improving the lives of so many across the region. Kenya is a leader in innovation, with opportunities for private sector approaches to help solve the world's toughest development challenges. And beyond the successful Jikokoa stoves and the impact you've made toward a safer, greener environment, Burn continues to innovate, constantly innovating toward a climate-resilient future. Looking forward, USAID is proud to partner with Burn as it expands across the continent, continues to launch new products, creates new jobs, and in part through this exciting new factory, increases production capacity in Kenya and for countries beyond. From all of us, we wish you every continued success.